Welcome to Sports Jazz. Isaac, David, Josh, and we are back. What's up, guys? What's up, guys? You okay?
So good, waiting for the weekend.
I know you're probably waiting for the news for Manuel Ugarte.
No, 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 no. I don't even have Manuel Ugarte in my sights. I just signed a young talent. A young talent.
The one from Mali.
Sekou Kone, central defensive midfielder, recruited by Vivo. Oh, you guys. Bad things are gone.
David, I thought you should also be smiling.
This guy is telling me, yeah, I'm smiling, but I also find it funny. I don't know the guy. I've actually never heard of him, but let me hope.
Well, you have Merino. So
I want to see the look on his face in 3 months.
You're going to hear the guy. I'm going to tell you about the guy. 18-year-old boy, very, very dangerous.
So is that a second option in case Ugarte doesn't come through?
No. He's one for the future. I mean, Chido Obi Martin must have whispered that the hierarchy at United that he would actually want to move on with his central defensive midfielder in the future. So we went and sought the services of Sekou Kone. But Isaac, take it away.
Welcome to Sports Jazz, everyone. It's Isaac, Josh, and David up in the building, and we are setting it off today with the EPL review, match day 2 this weekend. Sinan is online. Sinan, what up? What up? Sinan says hi. Happy to see you again, and happy to see you too, Sinan. Shout outs to you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, big games happening over the weekend.
Glad you're here, Sinan.
We have Liverpool, Brentford, Wolves, Chelsea, Spurs, Everton. We have Man City, Ipswich Town, Crystal Palace, and West Ham, a game that I think is really going to be so much interesting. And of course, Josh's team, Brighton versus Manchester United. Josh, let's start with Manchester United. David, you okay with me starting with Manchester United?
Let's do this.
Anyway, guys, once again, Sports Josh, Manchester United is playing Brighton this weekend. Early kickoff. United, by the way, is so unlucky. Usually, when they have an early kickoff, it's either a draw, a hard-earned win, or they lose. Anyway, Josh, walk us through the game. Because I see. I expect the lead to start now. He must be very fit. Although I saw Maguire did say that he's fresh. He's never felt the way he feels right now. I expect Mazarawi to start. Of course, Dallo also to start. Joshua Zirkzee today, tomorrow, to also lead the line. Walk me through the game. The whole Brighton versus Manchester.
A game at the Amex is not a very easy game, as United has come to learn in the last 5 games that we've played against Brighton. Brighton has won 4 of those. Actually, the last game we won, the last game of the season, we won was against Brighton, 2-0 at the Amex Stadium. But Brighton has turned out to be a bit of a bogey side for Erik ten Hag. They've often found ways to win against United. But that being said, this United side is a bit different. The vibe is different. The methods that they've chosen to deploy this season are purely to actually win football games. The manager at Brighton, Fabian Husler, is 31-year-old, the youngest in the Premier League, but he's quite a decent manager because he turned heads around when he was with St. Pauli in Germany. I mean, he was a young man, but who had ideas that were amazing to onlookers. Brighton brought him on, and it was good for him that he got a victory in his first game, a 3-0 loss. They were dominant, they were comfortable, they won easily. but
You mean
that was against Everton.
a 3-0
Yeah,
loss to Everton, right?
3-0 win.
Yeah, win. Okay, yeah, correct.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. They beat Everton. They beat
I'm
Everton
laughing.
3 goals.
I'm laughing because of what Sinan has written, but we are
Yes.
going to come to that. Yeah, yeah. Please
Okay,
continue.
no worries. But now this is a Brighton side that I mean, this is a United side that is very ambitious, and it has very big things on its mind. Brighton, whether early kickoff or late kickoff, United will easily, not easily, but it will win that game. It will win that game. We shall win that game. I do think that it is time for Delict to partner Lisandro Martinez alongside Diogo Dallo and
Nazarao.
Masraoui. Yeah, that
Mm.
is a formidable backline for us. In midfield, we shall have Casemiro, we shall have Kobe Mainu and uh, and Bruno Fernandes. Garnacho will continue to be an impact player off the bench,
Something that I
or
think is right.
we can say that it's an extended rest for him. United is not bleeding against Brighton, really. I mean, we shall win that game. Then Amad Diallo will start there. Rashford will start the other side, and Joshua Zirkzee will be the icing on the cake again in
And
that
how about
game.
Seko? How about Seko?
Seko.
No
You
one
want
saw
me to
that
tell you
coming.
about
No,
Seko Kone?
no one saw that
You know
coming. I
the
didn't see that
biggest,
coming.
the best signings ever made for a football club are the ones that are really a surprise. No one saw Seko Kone coming, but you should know that when United restructured and they brought all these people in, they brought in a gentleman who is the director of recruitment called Vivel. And but you should know that Vivel was at RB Salzburg, and he was responsible for uh, the phenomenal recruitment that was done at the time at Salzburg, and so many other places where he was. He did
No,
that kind of work. So in July this year, he sought the services of Seko Kone. United started to make inquiries about the boy, but remember, this is a boy who plays in Africa. He played football for Guiders FC, a team in Mali. But you should know that there's an academy in Mali. Is a graduate of an academy in Mali called JMG. JMG is an academy that is responsible for people like Ives Bissouma
yes.
and Haidara, and these are really players that have shook the space in Europe. So Sekou Kone, um, he made his name. He made his name last year during the Under 17 World Cup, where Mali played until the semifinals. He scored no goal, but no one was asking him to score a goal. He's a central defensive midfielder, but he managed to assist twice. He beat Argentina in the losers game, in the losers match of the tournament, you know, and he was the best player. He was a linchpin for that side. You can
Yes.
say that he has played as a central defensive midfielder in his development with
Mm.
the under 17 in Mali and at his club. But at 18 years old, there's so much he can give. There's so much he can give.
Oh,
Yes, with the right development and the right tools at Man United, if he's given the right time to adapt and is set into the culture at United, what a player we shall have.
well, thank you. Well, you've given us a detailed rundown about the play. I can't add on
Yeah,
anything. I
he's
can't.
good.
Shout
He's
out to
good.
you, Nick Fadley. Shout out to you. I also think, I also see prints of Berada. You know, at one point, when he was when he had just, Berada was recruited from Man City to Manchester United. At one point, I remember in his interview, he said, uh, it always has been about finding the right squad balance between young players, players who are at their peak, players who can bring more experience. It has not been about investing in superstars. We like to find the right players, and with time, they become superstars because because of the success of the team. He went on to say, and at one point, uh, it's also believed, he said, I'm not sure whether it was the same interview, he said he doesn't believe in spending over a player over 60 million pounds. That's why you see there's a scuffle between PSG and Man United. PSG got Ugarte for last season for 51 million pounds. So they wanted the same or more, but courtesy of Berada, they're trying to negotiate with Mendes, who's the agent, to bring the price slightly down, although it will be an obligation to buy. That's why I was telling you, Josh, yesterday, imagine if Ten Hag is fired
Yeah,
and maybe
yeah.
Man
As in,
U is there, you have to pay.
PSG,
you know?
we love one in the end because I think Manuel Ugarte is not worth 60 million. But okay, forgive me. By worth, I
You're
mean
proving what I said yesterday.
no, 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 no,
He's
no,
a good
no.
player,
By
no doubt. He's
worth,
a good player, but
no.
the value.
By what I mean the cost of doing business.
Okay.
Yeah, the cost of doing business, not the player. Because for me, I've always believed that the worthiness of a player is after that player comes. I do not. If you were bought 100 million and you come to my club and you play the football that would warrant you to have been bought 100 million, then it makes sense that you're worth 100 million. For Declan Rice, so many can question the 100 million pounds Arsenal did buy him, but the way he steadied the ship, others can say that 100 million pounds worth the player.
Yeah. Anyhow, let's move on. So, in other words, you're saying, let's go back to the main topic. You're saying it's an easy win
Seko
for
Kone.
Manchester United.
Oh yeah, not an easy win, but we shall win that game because we have to win that game. All the
Okay.
games, all the games that we are playing this season, we must win the games. We must,
Well,
especially now, because we're still fragile.
no
We're still
excuses.
fragile. Yeah.
No excuses. You have everything. Ugarte is also
Fadley
going to
says, I
come.
think Brighton against United will end up 2-1 either way.
He's
Any
also
of
not
them.
sure
No,
that
no, 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 no.
1-year-old manager might
Yeah,
stone the 52-year-old
Fadley,
Ten Hag.
Fadley, what I would like to say is I do not be worried about conceding a goal because Alessandro Martinez is in that wall. I mean, he's at the back, and the back has Mazraoui, it has Diogo Dallo, it has Delict and Lisandro Martinez. I just don't see a player from Brighton who is going to shake those tables.
Mitoma?
No, not a chance.
Okay, we are going to remind you. Let's wait for the week.
Yeah, we're here. We're here.
Yeah. This is Sinan also talking about Connie at United, the kid that you were just talking about. Well, David, before you come in, let me throw Sinan, not me anyway, but Sinan is throwing stones at you. He's saying, I'm not trying to provoke Arsenal fans, but I wonder how they felt after Chido.
Get out of here.
Man United. But Josh, sorry. Yeah, David, we have Aston Villa this weekend versus Arsenal, and we all know.
Oh, so you don't hear my thoughts about Brighton and United.
Okay, please, before we do, please go on. Say something.
Oh God. The man just
you caught him right there.
Give us the down low on Sekou Kone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just feels like there's generally a feel good factor around Old Trafford. But this is one of those games where it's interesting that you mention this Argentine Martinez.
Yes.
This
I'm not too educated on the Brighton manager's profile. Fabian, he's called Zula.
Huzla.
But normally Brighton, they do their due diligence really well with players and managers. And we have seen that many of the managers they've had in the past have ended up at bigger teams almost after a season or two. So we have reason to believe he's a good manager. Although, one of my takeaways from their last game, I only watched their last game. I never watched anything from their preseason. But they remind me of Ten Hag last season at the beginning, the way he wants to play. You can tell that they want to do the usual things of building up from the back, but they have a bit of a catapult effect in the way they play. So they build up from the back, and then if they suck you in, and if they manage to suck you in,
The
they're going to
transitions
go. Yeah, the transition is very quick, rapid, and fast.
yeah.
And at the top of their line, they have Welbeck, Kaoru Mitoma, and what's that guy's name? Pedro.
Pedro, Yao Pedro.
Yao Pedro.
Yeah, Pedro, I
So
was going to say that too.
it's a position that is going to be very tricky for Martinez. Now that you speak of Martinez, and let alone the entire back line, they are going to be very fast. Welbeck is strong and fast. He has experience at this point in his career, so it's not going to be as straightforward as it looks. Both teams have a similar way that they set up at least their starting positions, but of course there are differences. Probably we'll get into that at another occasion. But I see some similarities between Ten Hag of last season at the beginning. So this is probably a manager who's also done his homework about United. I expect it to be an exciting one. The teams are similar in the sense that even some of the players that they have are getting into the squad. For United, we have I expect Mazraoui to start this one. I hope Diallo starts this one as well. Zakzi, I'm not sure, but it is in your best interest that he starts this particular game. Just to ride that effect of confidence that he gained from the last game. I think it will be a very interesting one. I'm not so sure I see a straightforward win for United, though. It will be if it's a win, it could be a scrappy one. But United definitely has a lot of things in its favor. They're coming off the back of a good result. The team is strengthened. There's
At this point, at this point, we don't really care about how well we win. We just need 3 points. Scrappy or not, I know we are getting 3 points.
Yeah, and those 3 points must surely come. I say they must because the gulf in quality is now obvious. The players at United, particularly now after this transfer window, are they're just head and shoulders above whatever Brighton has. So let's see what comes out of that.
Thank you very much, David. So David, now let's go into the game that you're playing. You're having this weekend. Aston Villa hosting you, where we know there's I don't want, should I call it a grudge? There must be something there. There's nothing that would make Unai Emery more happier than beating Arsenal. That's why he celebrated a lot last season, when they were beating you, kicking you off the EPL trophy.
Esconde's wife.
He's still very, very angry. How prepared are you for the team? How prepared is Arsenal for Aston Villa?
Well, a win in the opening game helps. So that means we come into that fixture with a sufficient amount of confidence. We have a fully fit team. The only problem is we are away at a particularly good side. They are good.
Very good.
And
they've signed players.
Hosting. Yeah, and they're hosting us, which is usually not a very good thing, especially for Aston Villa. Aston Villa has a very good midfield. I keep talking about it. Amadou Onana, Yuri Tillemans, the Leon Baileys, Morgan Rogers. It's basically a very, very good team. So it's not going to be an easy one for Arsenal as well. And I don't like how we got the 3 points in the first in the opening game, especially the fact that this was the fixture to follow.
See, Aston Villa also didn't get a very clear. I would say it was also a shady game. Their game was also not so good, although they beat West Ham 2-0. But in the first half, they were a bit more smarter. I mean, according to me, however much they considered a penalty, but they were more smarter. Onana is really good. Onana is good, and he fits the shoe.
Yeah, I think he's more than good. He can be the difference between a win or a loss for either side. So the way I see it, it's also going to be a tough one for Arsenal. This game is starting to feel like a derby because it has emotional sensibilities around it with the manager, the relationship that we had. And
how you fired him.
the truth is, yeah, it's almost as though every single time he faces Arsenal, he wants to show, he wants to show that he has the quality to lead a team like Arsenal, or even, a team past Arsenal.
Yeah.
Even if he may not say that, we are going to see his attitude and the attitude of the team behaving that way. Yuri Tillemans almost ended up at Arsenal. So those sensibilities, they matter. They start to make it feel like a derby, right? So it's going to be a tough one. We lost twice against them. However, I can count on Arteta's obsessiveness. Whenever a team does that to him, home and away, he's the kind of person who will go and do his homework and more, right? So it's going to be one of those games we shall talk about after as an exciting one. It will have all the fireworks.
Okay. By the way, you have all the fireworks, but you know what? Before Josh, let me start with Josh. Josh, still on Arsenal. Mikel Merino is coming to join the club. I know. Yes. By the way, while you were away yesterday, Josh was throwing stones.
He doesn't like the guy. He just doesn't.
Why are you crucifying me now? Why are you crucifying me now? But just
Mikel
before we
Merino
get into, okay, maybe.
About it.
Okay, relating with Mikel Merino to Arsenal.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that has changed from the Aston Villa side, from the Arsenal side that lost to Aston Villa last season twice.
And
Ricardo Calafiori is not yet in the team. Only Mikel Merino. But what has Aston Villa done?
Timber?
Aston Villa has changed a lot.
Timber?
Oh, Timber. Okay, there's Timber. Merino might not play that game. Jesus has been there. But what I'm trying to say is Aston Villa even looks more stronger than it was last season.
That's true.
They have started to.
They're playing Champions League. Josh is well. Sinan is saying,
no,
selfish. Please share.
Yeah, nice. Josh. But the thing is, where was I? Sorry.
You were saying Aston
Villa. You were beginning.
They look better than they were last season. Aston Villa looks better than they were last season.
Yes, they look better than they were last season. And Merino would not be playing. I hope Ricardo Calafiori plays. But those are not the positions where Arsenal needed to strengthen for a side like Aston Villa. I believe in the game against Aston Villa last season, Arsenal did not lose because of inequality. They just Aston Villa just looked more determined than Arsenal. They looked like they wanted to win the game more than Arsenal. They did everything they had to do to win. The people like McGinn dug deep for Aston Villa to win that game. And at Arsenal, yes, especially the second leg. And at Arsenal, I don't see a player who is going to do that yet. Declan Rice would have been that player for me, but he might be a bit tired. It will be a tricky game. Like Nick Fadley said, it will be a very tricky game. And I don't see Arsenal. I don't see Arsenal winning that one.
Yeah, David, congratulations.
Yeah, but congratulations on the signature of Mikel Merino.
Mikel Merino?
Yeah.
Please tell the player. Josh just poured water,
he just keeps
they got something. In truth, no, by the way, Mikel Merino is good enough. Like these guys had Bruno Fernandes and they bought Scott McTominay. You get, when we have Scott McTominay, we want to go and buy Bruno Fernandes. We don't want to buy Scott McTominay. So you already have Odegaard, but you go and bring Mikel Merino.
David, I will accept the comparison. I will accept the comparison. There's a bit of a basis for it. I can't forget how many times Scott McTominay came through for United when things were
he did
last season. So but anyway, in Mikel Merino, we have first of all, he was rated the best midfielder in the La Liga last season.
Wow.
Let's start with that.
You're joking.
Yeah, but that's just performance.
Who else plays in midfield in La Liga?
It's interesting, but he was the best midfielder. Yeah, there is the Bellinghams of this world and all that, but the more important thing is this:
Yeah,
in Mikel Merino, we probably have the best dueler in the league, potentially. He's going to be some kind of
but Davi in
like
the
a
air.
bullhorn for No, not just in the air, even on the ground. He's a very, very good dueler. He won more duels
Okay,
than anyone else in the La
okay.
Liga, right? So this guy, I think, see, the problem with the transfer market is this: the shiny objects, the shiny toys in the transfer market have, especially the attacking talent, the very, uh, elaborate attacking talent, the dribblers, the shooters, the scorers, that type of thing. They have fundamentally gotten us to forget how useful uh, solidness is for a team,
Yes,
right?
true.
And I didn't hear so many people excited in any single transfer window about who is being linked to N'Golo Kante, who is being linked to, that type of thing. And yet, in fact, we know that these solid players have usually been the difference in many occasions, right? So, and that's the same lens at which I'm looking at Mikel Merino. We have a dueler. Uh, Declan Rice is a ball winner, but when he stayed in Arsenal for a while and he's starting to look a little more smooth, which is not a bad thing, but you can get carried away with the smooth thing and forget fundamentally why you're there. We've seen him.
Right.
You remember in the first few games at Arsenal, one of those was City. The way he stole that ball from Bernardo Silva, like that's the thing that created all that appetite for Declan Rice in the transfer market. So many big teams were linked to him because of that. And Mikel Merino is a dueler like that. He's going to be a combative player in the middle. Yes, he's a good passer, but of course we have enough of that. We have people who can thread passes into the final third and find our target men. But this guy is going to add more bite into our side because when you look at teams now, for example, this would be. I disagree with you, Josh, about this particular fixture. Aston Villa. Onana
Yeah.
is going to be a bull in the middle of midfield. Yes, he can play,
No.
but we know that he's
Oh,
going to be very militant.
I've not even looked at Amadou Onana because I don't think that Amadou Onana is a solution to a player like Martin Odegaard. But McGinn, all day,
Oh yes,
every
but
day, he will
he can
chase him
create.
like a bloodhound.
So those are the different
I'm saying up.
yeah, those are the battles that we're going to look forward to in the forthcoming games,
Yeah,
especially with Merino and the Onanas. So that's
yeah.
going to be an interesting dynamic for us.
Yeah. Thank you, Josh. Sorry. Yeah, Josh and
But
David.
sorry, if I may ask, Davi, what solution or what problem does Merino solve for Arsenal? Apart, okay, I understand the duels, but I'm just talking about the first team that Arsenal, the lineup, the first 11. Is Mikel Merino coming to displace someone in midfield, or he will come off the bench?
That's what I was going to say.
No.
Is it David? Is he coming? Is he going to take someone's place, or is going to be a squad player? Who's
Yeah,
going to be
what
the
problem is he
I
solving?
mean, I mean, removing someone from that starting 11 is up to you, the person coming in. But I know that at this point in time, we're not plugging any serious gaps. We're adding dimension and
Mm.
just peripheral solutions, different ways to win the game. So, for example, there are games last season when, uh, you know, Odegaard could just could not cut it. So that would mean we have to play a different way, right? We have to play a different way. If the intricate passes have failed, what do you do? If the team you're playing, if you're playing, let's say a City side that's much better than you at keeping the ball, what do you do? You understand? So he adds a dimension. We're going to have very many games next season. I mean, in this season, Champions League is going to have a lot more games. A lot more questions, different styles of play. So Merino is one of those guys who gives us just a very different dimension. He's not more of the same because we already have passers, we already have dribblers, we
Yeah,
already have carriers, and he can do those things. But I see him more as a bullhorn. The kind of guy you say, okay, now these other common solutions have failed. Let me try this way. And then you bring him on. He's very good in the air. He'll fight for the aerial balls. He's a passer, but he's going to be, wrestling here and there. Like he's a different kind of player from what we have. And that
Nick,
is not to mean he's clumsy, but he's not afraid to bring the fight in a game that is probably too static and just too smooth. So he adds that dimension. It's the marginal things we keep talking about.
Well,
David,
Nick says play two CMs together.
Oh,
Merino,
and that's
right?
also possible.
yeah,
That's also possible.
yeah, that would look good because Merino needs more help than Rice needs help.
Could
Believe
actually
you
field
me.
them together.
Well, we had
Could field
today
them.
Real Sociedad manager Emmanuel said a few good words about him. He was like, "Let me say thank you to Merino. He's been fantastic, and I'm proud to see him now making his step." Yeah, of course. And today he'll be in London.
How much did it cost
as a
us?
new
No,
player.
I think
David, how
around
much did he
32
cost?
plus some add-ons, plus 5
5.
million in
Yeah.
add-ons, something
anyway,
like that.
for a team that is chasing a title, it's okay to have a squad player of 32 million. As in, that means that player is he has capabilities that your team does not have, and maybe you need them, and that's why you buy the player. I do believe that he might have won the most duels in the La Liga last season, majorly because he had 4 more or 5 more with his head.
Gosh.
Wouldn't you love to see that guy fail?
I want to see him thrive, by the way. Guys, don't hug me out to dry if Merino thrives. I wish him well.
A player who comes
just-
for
Interestingly,
33.5.
one of the games I see him thriving is against United.
See,
Yeah.
It's-
Oh, but you want to accuse us of just hoofing the ball around? Not
See,
anymore.
No, not
Guys.
exactly.
Miranda is a good player. A player who comes for 33.5 million euros plus 5 add-ons. It's a decent buy. Good price also.
Just say if Arsenal is buying, because United bought Maguire at 80.
Well, when you
I mean, your record of bad decisions is
You
longer
get
than now.
our record of bad decisions, and yes, it is really bad. It is really bad.
Keep notes and keep tabs. As soon as you hear here we go from Fabrizio in regards to Ugarte joining United, come with the same package.
It's
Come
so
with the same words. Yo, come with the same words. Anyway, guys, let's move on. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Let's move on to Liverpool versus Brentford. Ancelotti won his first game 2-0. Salah and Jota coming through, or Jota. I still insist Nunes Diaz has to really fight so hard to get a chance to play, because I think Jota is more
Darwin Nunez.
Darwin Nunes. Sorry, Darwin Nunes.
Yeah, it's good for a club to have so many players fighting for positions. Now you can see that even Luis Diaz, it's time for him to worry, because the little Dutchman is back. Yeah, Cody Gakpo is back.
Oh, Gap by that
all day, every day, most efficient player Liverpool has.
I forgot about Gap.
After Mohamed Salah, I mean, Cody Gakpo playing from that side, Salah on that side, and
the squad is good, you know.
Yeah, the squad is good.
Liverpool's squad. And okay, anyway, what do you think about the game? Any surprises at Anfield, or no way Liverpool is winning this?
No, I think Liverpool will win this one.
David?
Easily. I think Liverpool is the gulf in quality between the two sides is spectacular. Liverpool starting 11, they just choose themselves, with the exception of Darwin Nunes, who I think is going to become a recurring conversation, because it's going to start standing out like a sore thumb.
Yeah,
no.
He's would expect him to be thriving, but it's starting to look like Ancelotti prefers a different type of thing. In fact, I expect him to start on the bench. But other than that small detail, I see Liverpool completely bulldozing this one.
I think Nick is also agreeing with you
guys.
He doesn't see how Brentford is going to go past Liverpool.
Yeah, well, and Ancelotti is just fortunate that he's gotten a fixture, or he's gotten a couple of fixtures. He's gotten a couple of fixtures that are going to help him ease his ideas into his team. So
Build confidence
by
also.
by by the time he plays maybe a big game, it's after 3 or 4 games, which is a good thing for him.
Yeah, he earlier said no signings yet. I'm not worried. I trust the team. I inherited a very good squad. The players showed last weekend that they are rather that they have earned that trust. When asked about the goalkeeper they are trying to sign, is it Mamadashvili? Yeah, Mamadashvili. He said until the deal is done, you won't hear from us. That was Ancelot for you.
I think this is going to be the season's first high-scoring game. I expect no less than 4 goals from Liverpool.
Man, you guys,
Yeah,
that's a good
they look
prediction.
that good. They look that good.
Yeah, they look that good. And now with opposition like this, gosh, it's going to be a disaster.
Okay, and
Oh, but Wissa and Mbwemo, they're in
Mbeumo had
a
a decent.
buoyant mood too.
Mbeumo had a decent season last.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah,
last season he had
and
a
he kicked
decent,
it off.
decent
He
goal
kicked off
tally.
this one in the same fashion he
Yeah,
finished the last one, along with
yeah.
Wissa.
Those that play fantasy league, at least now they know what to do. They know who's supposed to come out. Josh is
Yeah,
giving you tips. Let's go to the
yeah.
other one. Very tricky and funny. Wolves versus Chelsea. Who do you got?
Wow. Do you know? Uh,
I'm going for
can I say?
Wolves.
Can I say
Surprisingly,
something? Can I say
yeah, yeah,
something
yeah,
before even about the game? Do you
yeah.
know how much I'm invested in Chelsea? That I even watched their
Yeah.
Conference League qualifier game just to
Last
see
night
who is going to play. I may
they
never
won
have a
2-0.
chance to see the other 20 training alone.
They won 2-0. They won 2-0.
Yeah, yeah, but they also struggled to win
Yeah.
the 2-0.
They
Yeah.
struggled. So, guys, Wolves versus Chelsea. I'm for Wolves. Wolves to shock at Chelsea 2-1 in favor of Wolves. Oh my God,
It
it's
would
this
mean,
bad that you
Difficult
guys.
one.
Listen, it's too
it
bad
would
that
mean
both of
it
you
would,
have to first think about it. That's how you know that
Yeah,
is in trouble. David,
because I think Chelsea's winning this one. Yeah,
yeah.
and I'm saying this because I mean my expectation is just evidence of how much I believe in Enzo Maresca. If you say it's going to be an easy one like that, it would mean in the last, let's say, 4 to 5 days, Chelsea has still not done anything right, which I highly doubt. I'm not sure they are still resting on their laurels, just looking at the team the way we are looking at it and not trying to tidy things up. We know
so
that the
David,
man has selected 21 players that he wants to work with,
yeah,
meaning
correct.
he's
20
starting to
the other
have
side.
a clearer idea of how he wants to set up. He's probably he knows how he wants to play. It's just now a matter of zeroing in on which personnel am I going to work with going forward. And I think he's
Well,
starting to answer that question based on the
I don't
confidence we saw him
see
responding with.
if Chelsea is to win against Wolves this weekend, it's going to be I don't know, it's going to be a hard win.
You
I
know
don't
the
A
even
reason.
triumph of player
goals.
The
quality.
reason. The
Maybe one
reason that
nil.
I believe that Chelsea will win this game is exactly what Enzo Maresca did. You know,
Mm.
he clearly came out and said, "These are the people that I work with. These are the people that I want out of the club." Sometimes that is difficult if the outgoings don't really go and they bloat your squad, because when the going gets tough, your mind can just give you ideas about people you wrote off. But if he blocks that out and he insists on the methods that he wants, he will actually win this game. If he continues to play the same people who played the previous game, plays in Kuku, plays and trusts them, because Mudrik was bad
Not
even
Jackson,
in
not
yesterday's
Jackson,
game.
not
Yeah.
Jackson, not
No, even
Jackson.
Nicholas Jackson is okay.
Nicholas
He
Jackson
scored more
is
goals for
probably even
Chelsea.
starting that
I
game.
know, I know,
Palmer,
but I
Palmer
don't
only
see.
beat him to 8 because he scored more than 10 penalties.
But then, okay, excuse me, but then that means he still won.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He did win. He did win.
I don't, Josh, you think Jackson is going to give you 20 goals?
Not
League
not
goals.
really 20, not
League
really
goals.
20, but if you have Nkuku,
Chelsea.
you have Yao Felix, and you have Cole
Yao
Palmer
Felix.
and
Yao Felix,
Nicholas
maybe.
Jackson, that team has goals.
And Yao
There's
Felix
goals
is
in that
versatile.
team.
He can play
Yeah.
left. He can come
No,
as a
just take
left
out
winger,
Enzo
right
Fernandez.
winger.
Take out Enzo Fernandez or Caicedo. Oh, sorry. Take out Enzo Fernandez, put Yao Felix. Or take out
Correct.
Caicedo, put Enzo Fernandez to play with Romeo Lavia, because Lavia is a mainstay in that midfield. He's the better player of all of them. Then Caicedo, Romeo Lavia, and Yao Felix. Enzo Fernandez is out of the team. Not because of what he did during his celebrations, but he was the worst player last weekend.
He looked awful. He looked awful. And I still think if Nkuku also comes, wait, where would you be having Palmer? Is it still coming from the right?
No.
No, I believe he's going to get into the middle, right behind the
Yeah, he
the
has
center
to
back.
get into the middle.
He's
Then
good
Yao
if he comes
Felix,
from there.
Yao Felix can even do a better job floating from the wings. But Cole Palmer just showed me he doesn't know how to float from the wings.
Yeah.
He just stays there and plays from there. Or maybe those are the instructions he was given.
Well, Nick says it will be a hard one. Chelsea could have some edge to win one, to beat Wolves 1-0.
By the way, Nick, if I may ask you, you're over sitting on the fence. You're over sitting on the fence on all of them.
Well, guys, let's go into another one. By the way, what's any news from Sterling? I've seen he's been now informed
Linked
out
to
of the
United.
squad. He needs to find a squad. I've seen Roma's Crystal Palace.
Yeah, and guess what the English media did?
Yeah,
they quickly linked him to United.
Man, that was
so he can get a move.
No, you shouldn't, Josh. I know you like him, you're a fan, but you should not get him. Anyway, let's go into Postecoglou.
No, we can't get him. We can't afford him.
Spurs versus Everton. That was a very good game.
Spurs.
Ooh.
But those Spurs can be Spursy, but Spurs will win this one.
Spurs might, this time maybe even Solanke might score. Solanke looked.
Solanke is injured.
He's out?
He's doubtful.
No, I think he's going to come through. He's going to come through. But I still insist that they should have gone somewhere. 65 million pounds for Solanke was he had a good season. 2023-24, but I don't think this one is going to be one of those. I also give it to Spurs. Everton is really weak. They're trying to buy. There's another guy, American, is trying. He might buy it. So they need everything. They need all the help they need.
I hope that someone. I hope they find.
They're also reducing points. They're going to deduct points. Yeah. You know, it's a lot. Everton is in.
They were my first candidate for a relegation, and Everton together with Leicester City.
Yeah, and Leicester City again. No, I think Leicester might separate, but they didn't buy. They haven't really bought players. They bought.
It's
players
not even about buying players.
They have just lost important ones.
Yeah, they lost important players, but they also made the worst decision in the market. Let go of Enzo Maresca and hired Steve.
No one would have stayed, Josh.
Why?
No, I mean, okay.
Was he not contracted?
Talk about Cooper. But Enzo going, he had to go. There is no way. By the way, someone earlier today was joking, cracked a joke that about United, about Chelsea. They said, you know, that Seko kid when Fabrizio announced, and one guy came in the comment section and said, "Well, we are lucky, Chelsea. No, we are lucky, and I don't know how we still managed to beat Chelsea to his signature." That is. People didn't understand the humor in that, but he's taking a dig at Chelsea.
Yeah.
Anyway,
by the way, there's a player they could have bought at Spurs instead of Solanke, but he's also not a player who gives you 20 goals. But he's very exciting. No, Ademola Lookman.
Lookman.
Yeah, the former Everton guy, now at Atalanta.
He's at Atalanta, but what's the price tag? I suspect that the price tag is
there's
high.
a team that is coming.
Yeah, it's high.
Forgetting
Arsenal should have come for Ademola Lookman.
Yeah, we're flirting with him, but man.
See, guys, by the way,
He would have
For
helped you much more than.
I don't know.
Mikel Merino.
Josh, no, forget about it. Leave everyone, if you want news, please, everything is scrolling down. Speculations and done deal. Please feel free to and take your time to read through. David, forget about Josh throwing and taking a jab. I've told you, stay calm. Wait until Ugarte comes in.
But he has said all
You
the
know-
right reasons for which they need that player, and they fits.
Okay, it's okay. It's right, guys. Let's go into Crystal Palace versus West Ham. Also, I think a game that I think is a very good game. We should have added Crystal Palace.
I don't know
Into
what's
one of as a dark horse.
no. I don't know what is happening at
What is
Crystal
doing that is
Palace.
so good.
Crystal Palace wants to let go of McGahey. They let go of Olise. They want to let go of McGahey. They want to let go of this senior player, Anderson.
Yeah,
Yes.
Anderson. Yeah, Anderson. Yeah.
As in, how? Why? What are they going to do? Maybe they have a great academy that we don't know about, but
Crystal Palace looks evidently weakened. They look weakened, and also it looks like their objectives are questionable, as we're already discussing here. They want to, it's like they're a selling club suddenly. But anyway, there's that gap in quality, and for me, with just that alone is enough for them to lose this game. To begin with, they started with a draw. That also has an effect on, especially if your first game does not end in a win. I don't see them winning this.
So, in other words, you're giving it to who are you rooting
Crystal
for?
Palace is losing.
Crystal Palace is losing. Josh, your guy is winning. The manager, well, West Ham.
yeah.
West Ham is a good team. West Ham is a good team,
Like I told
regardless
you.
of what happened in their first game.
West Ham is a team that is better than its manager. That's a very hard thing to say.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Guys, let's move on.
And they have one Bissaka joined them. They are stronger now at the back. Suche had a very good season. Lucas Paqueta. They have one of the best attackers in Muhammad Kudus. Michael Antonio, he's still around. Man, the gap in quality is big.
Yeah.
The gap in quality is just
okay,
hopefully
guys.
The manager knows what to do.
Man City and Ipswich. It's an easy one. Man City. We are not even going to waste time. Fulham and Leicester City or Leicester City.
Fulham, Leicester
Marco
City.
Silva is winning his first game. Oh, Jamie Vardy is back on.
Yep. Jamie Vardy is back.
You know, I'm actually going to give this one to Fulham.
Okay, then we also have Bournemouth versus Newcastle. I think Newcastle is going to win that. I don't know. Real quick, guys, in 10 seconds. David, Newcastle, Bournemouth?
Newcastle.
Josh?
Newcastle.
Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, no, we have Southampton. The last one. Southampton and Nottingham Forest. That's a hard one. I really don't know. But do not be surprised if Nottingham Forest wins.
No, I give it to Southampton.
David, you as well?
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a goalless draw, but I'll give it to Southampton.
Yeah, Nick. Well, that's Nick's prediction. Thank you very much, Nick. Man, he says prediction. Wait, yes, Brighton to beat United. Right? No. United 2-1. See Josh coming in very fast. Josh.
No.
See Josh coming in.
No.
Okay, Josh. He's giving
the man has been clear. The man has said 2-1 United. Yeah, but Brighton won't score.
Yeah, okay, so 2-0. Okay, then Spurs to beat Everton 1-0. Then you have Crystal Palace and West Ham 1-1. Southampton. No, who is this one with a 0-0? Southampton and Nottingham at 0-0. Fulham to beat Leicester City 2-1. Then City to beat 4-0, thrashing Ipswich. Yeah, then you have Aston Villa and Arsenal.
2-2.
Josh,
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Then
So
of course,
Nick is a
Newcastle.
United fan. Eh?
No, Nick is a football fan, by the way.
No, I'm starting to see the way he organizes his things. Eh?
Have you
Newcastle
not seen
beating
the
Bournemouth.
predictions?
Newcastle beating
It's
Bournemouth
starting to
2-0,
sound a
and
lot like you.
Chelsea had win 1-0. Liverpool winning 3-1. That's Nick for you. Well,
Yeah,
thank
thank
you so much,
you.
everyone that
We
has
shall
been
take
with
the
us.
receipt.
Yeah, we
Thanks,
are going to
Nick.
keep
We
the
shall
receipts.
we
We are
shall
keeping this.
remind you of this comment
Why are you scaring us, no fans?
All right, guys. Thank you so much for everyone. Or rather, thank you to everyone that has been with us. Nick says David lol. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to Nick, Sinan, everyone that has been streaming. Sports Jazz guys, please do not subscribe. Keep subscribing. Share our videos. Yeah, let's keep it real. So, share the links. Subscribe, and yeah, let people join the party. The Sports Jazz football party. We always say we will be coming back tomorrow. Watch along.
Yeah, we have two watch alongs tomorrow at 19:30 and at 12:30.
Yeah,
okay.
And,
the United game and the Arsenal game.
Yeah, that's it. Once again, Sports Jazz, do subscribe, like, and share our videos. Do not stop liking. Signing out, guys. Cheers to everyone that has been with us. And peace out.
Cheers. Thank you, Nick. Sinan. Yeah, we have this. We got this. And Seko Kone. Yeah. Welcome to Manchester United. It is.
Session.
Okay, guys, I think that's it. Sorry, guys. Peacing out, guys. Signing out, Sports Jazz, David, Josh, and yours truly, Isaac. See you tomorrow. Watch along.